I'm certainly glad to see you again today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Do you have your favorite beverage of choice and make yourself cozy? That's awesome, because today we're going to escape reality for a moment. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the Marvel movies, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I will rank all the movies. And the way I will do this is I will start today in this episode with Phase 1. Like you might know, the Marvel movies were released in phases. So in today's episode, I'll rank the first 6 Marvel movies from Phase 1. And in the next episode, I will do the same with Phase 2 and so on and so forth. And at the end, I'll release an episode where we rank the top 10 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. But today we'll have 6 movies. Like you can see, this was Phase 1 of the Marvel movies. And I'm currently watching all the movies with my wife, rewatching them. Lots of them I watched now for 3 or even 4 times. So I think it's time to rank them and to see which of these movies are the best. And before I started, I have to say there isn't a bad Marvel movie so far. So we are like 25 movies into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They are still continuing releasing movies and TV shows now. And so far I haven't seen a bad one. So I really enjoyed all of them. So I won't rank them from worst to best, but from least favorite to best. So let's start. My least favorite Phase 1 Marvel movie is the second Marvel movie they released. It's from 2008 and it's The Incredible Hulk. This one really is entertaining. I think it's a good one. I love the performance from Edward Norton. I think he did a great job. I like that he portrayed Bruce Banner a little bit shy and introverted, and he was like anxious about this Hulk within himself and that he could hurt people, and he really did an awesome job. I mean, we're talking about a high-class actor here. He's doing a great job. What I didn't like so much is if you compare this to later Hulk iterations, to Mark Ruffalo. I personally prefer Mark Ruffalo. He did such an awesome job portraying Hulk so far. I love this guy so much. This doesn't take away that Edward Norton is doing a great job, but I think the role is more fitting to Mark Ruffalo, so they did a great job recasting, actually, because a lot of time I don't like recasts, but I think Mark Ruffalo is the better Hulk. What I didn't like so much about the Incredible Hulk is his face. I think it kind of looks not as awesome as the Mark Ruffalo Hulk, and the same goes for the CGI in general. In the later Marvel movies, it gets better and better to the point where it really looks appealing, and I actually love CGI in Marvel movies. It fits because it is a comic book on the big screen. But in the Incredible Hulk, it doesn't look that good. Again, the face of Edward Norton's Hulk doesn't look so good, and I think Abomination, the villain in this movie, looks a bit like kind of like a Goomba from Super Mario Bros. The movie, like a small head and a big body. And again, the CGI didn't hold up so well. But other than that, I think it is a good movie. It's entertaining. You could skip on that one, in my opinion, because it's not that important. They talk about it in later movies, just at the side for a couple of minutes the first time the new Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, appears, and that's it. So it isn't bad. I like it. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's a good movie. And yeah, but it's not the best Marvel movie in my opinion. And what came later was just again, if you compare it to later things, they are much better. The next one is Captain America, the first Avenger from 2011. Chris Evans does an amazing job. I loved all the characters. Again, in The Incredible Hulk, maybe the supporting characters fell a little bit flat compared to Edward Norton's performance, but after this movie, all the Marvel movies doing a great job integrating side characters, smaller supporting roles, and bringing them into the story. They all make sense, and you can absolutely see this in this movie here. We have Tommy Lee Jones, who has some really great one-liners and awesome dialogue, really funny performance. I love that. And all the other supporting characters, like the Agent Carter actress, she's doing great as well. Red Skull, the bad guy, such an awesome performance. And again, Chris Evans as Captain America, he's doing so well. Great cast, great story, great introduction of Captain America. I didn't know a lot about this superhero before I watched this movie, and it's a great introduction. And again, what will follow is even better. But I'll give Captain America the First Avenger an 8 out of 10. It's slightly better than The Incredible Hulk. 8 out of 10 means it's a great movie for me. And yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed it. Next up, we have Thor from 2011. And this is where it gets really hard to rank all of these, because now we are in the 9 out of 10 territory. That's what I tried to say at the beginning. Almost all Marvel movies are equally good. It's hard to rank them. You only can go slightly by preference if you preference some things. What I absolutely loved about Thor is that it takes the whole thing that we have established with the first movie Iron Man, and then the Incredible Hulk, and then Captain America. This all was playing on planet Earth, and now we're taking it into space on different planets with aliens and monsters and folklore and fairy tales and whatnot, and I really enjoyed it. The humor is off the chart. I love the humor in the Thor movies. They're doing a great job here. So many laughs. One of my favorite scenes is just when Thor comes to Earth and he has his behavior like an Asgardian god, and he's now on Earth in real life in everyday situations, and he's like acting really out of place. This is so hilarious. I really love that. And I love the story. We got the introduction of Loki, which is the villain in this movie basically, or kind of, and I love this character so much. Loki is one of my favorite Marvel characters. My wife loves the Thor movies. She would rank them way higher because she really likes them. I see why. We have Idris Elba as, I forgot his name, the role, this golden guardian who protects the gate to all the other realms, and he's doing an awesome job. He's such a cool character. He's just introduced in this movie, but he gets bigger roles in later movies, and this is something I loved about the Marvel movies, that everything builds up on top of each other. But Thor is a great entrance into this character. I didn't know anything about Thor as well before I watched the movie, and now I know a lot of him, and I really like this character. So now we go to the next one, which is Iron Man 2 from 2010. Again, another 9 out of 10 movie, and I love all the characters. I love the villain. We have Whiplash, the villain, played by none other than an 80s icon basically, who got kind of a revival in the 2010s and came back, Mickey Rourke, and he does an amazing job portraying like this Eastern Europe counterpart of Tony Stark, you could say, and trying to get revenge. And I love the introduction also of War Machine. Great character. They recast the actor actually in the second movie, but I think again they did a great job. The casting in these movies is off the chart. I love the War Machine character. He's so funny, he's so cool. And I love that they introduced him basically in the first movie. There he had like a scene where he said, next time. And in this movie, in Iron Man 2, we see him in action as well. I love the story. We have none other than Sam Rockwell as this guy from Hammer Industries, basically. He's so funny, hilarious. There's this courtroom scene where Tony Stark destroys him. It's so funny. Again, the judge as well. Tony Stark is just an awesome character, portrayed by none other than Robert Downey Jr., which is, I think, so far one of my absolute favorite superheroes in the Marvel Universe, Iron Man, because of Robert Downey Jr., because the way he portrays him, like this cocky millionaire, egocentric, and I don't know, but has the heart on the right side, on the right spot, if you can say that. And his role as Iron Man is amazing. I love the second one, almost as good as the first one, a great sequel. Which brings me to the next one, which is Iron Man from 2008, the first Iron Man. Also a 9 out of 10 for me. And basically what I said about Iron Man 2 goes for this one. Great story, great supporting characters. Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts, she's amazing in both movies. I love her so much. Jon Favreau, the director and one of the creative heads behind the cinematic universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's in there as well. And he has a funny role as well. Great story again. The first one sets up the character Iron Man, introduces us to Tony Stark, to Iron Man, how he builds the suit, the way he's like caught by these terrorists and has to escape the situation by building a suit with this other supporting character in there. Such a great story, such a great introduction of the character. One of the best Marvel movies in Phase 1, I would say. And it was hard. It was either Iron Man or the next one, which is Phase 1, the Avengers from 2012. Both are awesome. With the Avengers, you have Hulk in action. You have the introduction of all of other characters as well. All come together. You have Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk. You have Black Widow. You have Hawkeye, portrayed by Jeremy Renner. Such a great character. Black Widow, portrait by Scarlett Johansson. Such a great cast. They all come together. Super cool one-liners. Awesome action. Great story. Loki is the main villain in this one, in the Avengers. It's about a Tesseract. I don't give away too much, but in the whole Phase 1, all the movies are leading up to this movie, and they did a great job. It's like awesome action, awesome story. They give each character enough screen time so it feels like really smooth, and they're doing a great job. Nothing feels forced, nothing feels overly long. The movie has me on the edge of the seat every time. It's so funny, it's hilarious, it's entertaining. It's my favorite Phase 1 Marvel movie. The Avengers is just a 9.5 out of 10 for me. It is that good of a movie. The best Phase 1 movie. Again, slightly followed by Iron Man, which is an awesome introduction. Not to forget Jeff Bridges as the bad guy in Iron Man 1. What a great villain. Awesome story again. And then we have Iron Man 2, which is almost as equally good as Iron Man. Thor isn't, again, there's no bad movie and it's hard to rank them. They are all almost equally good. I think the two movies that are slightly behind are Captain America, the first Avenger, which isn't bad. It's really cool. And then we have The Incredible Hulk, which is my least favorite one. But The Avengers, what a great movie. And yeah, that's my ranking of the Phase 1 Marvel movies. I can't wait to do Phase 2. We are currently already watching Phase 3 again. This is where we go into the territory where I watch the movies for a second time only now, because most of them I watched in theaters and now I rewatch them for the second time. So yeah, I can't wait to go into Phase 2 and after that in Phase 3 and beyond. I really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite Marvel Phase 1 movies are and how you would rank them. That would be interesting to find out. And yeah, I see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself. Until then, Andy out. Bye bye.